Exactly.
As you can see, I am recording. Cold opening. We are in the Springfield Township, and Helen Lovejoy, of all people, has arrived after being booted out by Tim. She and Maud have a passive-aggressive friendship in which they both slag each other off behind their backs to Ned and Garrett, who is Helen's new boo. Ham gathers them around the maypole and tells them both what they've been saying about each other. Would you like to be Helen, Maud, Garrett, Ned, or Ham?
I'll go for Maud and Garrett.
Sounds good.
How many does that leave you?
I've got Ned, Helen, and Ham, which is fine by me. And action.
Going to leave Springfield. We're going to another Springfield. It's the Maud and Ned spin-off sitcom starring Rod and Todd. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, look, we have a new neighbour. Does he have regular legs or dynamite?
It's only my old friend Maudlin. It's been a good few years since we thought of the children together.
Helen Tannenbaum.
Don't use that name. Tim kicked me out. I never want to hear his name again.
You said it. Well, that is a real shame, and my stance on remarrying and divorce has come along tenfold since I was in Springfield, so why don't I introduce you to my brother? He's over here.
Oh, hello, young lady. I've just got back from living in jungle.
Diddly doodly diddly.
Come on, I'll show you around. I'm Maud's brother, Garrett. I'm the sensible one who doesn't have 17 kids. Come on, I'll show you around. Let's go and have a look. Do. And Maud and Ned, see you later. Bye.
Okay, bye. You look lovely. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're my sweetheart too. Bye, sweetheart. Bye. Bless, love, bless, love.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this is going to be difficult.
Diddly moodly, oakley dokley.
She's fat as well. Look at her ass.
So, Helen, what brings you to the township? You're good friends with Maud, aren't you?
Well, she's a lovely lady, but she can't get the odor out of her clothes. I know it's natural of her, but you know what? I can only stand her for a few minutes just because of the smell, mind you. I've got a very sensitive nose, mind you.
Oh, I didn't know that about my sister.
Oh, yes, and, her ass does wobble quite a bit when she walks. But, everybody's body's different. That's fine. It's okay to have a big old wobble bottom. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I didn't notice. I thought she was quite a shapely lady.
The next day. Oh, look.
I've been listening in on both of your conversations. I'm going to trick them all like Shakespeare villain. Everyone, come on, we're giving free ice cream. Soft serve, 0 calories at the Maple. Come on. Dad, no, I don't want you. I'm estranged. Mum, your mum's still lost in the jungle. Alright, I'll take care of myself. Ned and Maud and Garrett and your new lady friend. Come on, dance around the Maple with me. This is a wonderful
dance. Helen, you look beautiful in that garment.
Oh,
Have you seen
Maud.
her there? She looks ridiculous.
Maud, you're radiant. It looks like this town's done wonders for you.
Oh,
Garrett,
thank you.
Garrett, I can smell her from here.
Ned, we're going to have to go. She's
Dance, everyone. It's Ham's Maypole.
For Christ's sake, Ham, I set out for 1 second to receive this Ocado gift bundle.
Oh,
You're such a good dancer, Helen.
And by the way, everybody, here's a song from Ham.
Lady John Ham is going to kill us both when he gets back from his tour of the Fire Factory.
Oh, Maud, you said that Helen had a big old fat ass and that you couldn't stand her. And Helen, you said that Maudlin stinks. Ooh. She's a stinky woman when you've got a fat old ass, is what you said.
Excuse me?
What, Maud? I thought you were my friend. Won't someone think of the Helen?
I'm going to drag you ass first through these bushes.
Oh, Ham.
It's a Maudecast, Season 7, spied on ice cream binge by the Lord. Deny judgment, Flanders, me good man. Escape death, not once, not twice, but once. Canon, that's right. Send us all to Maud. She's a Mexican burrito, taco, guacamole lover. Unshakable, rewarded faith. She's a 5 a.m. early bird riser, knocking down the skittles at the Maud Flanders Internet Podcast, Season 7, Episode Bloody 1. Who would have believed it? Somehow we've managed to get through this portal. It's just me, Animate Carbon Todd, and Yellow Weasel here in 1999. Could we believe it? I'm looking at the newspaper and I can barely believe that I'm in the year of our Lord 1999, but I don't know that yet. I wonder how we got here. I'm in some kind of office building. What's going on in there? You get in, you bloody better do a better bloody job, you bloody rotter, you bloody Roswell. Get the bloody arse out of my bloody face, Roswell. Oh.
I am Amazon Jobs.
Too bloody right you are, mate.
I thought I'd tell you all my name. Roswell, we need to go over this contract, don't we? Love it.
Well, I think it's very clear that I want $4,000. Ring.
Give me a minute. Amazon Jobs need to take a phone call.
That Roswell's becoming a bloody pain. She's having a bloody pain. I need you to get rid of her.
Who? Oh,
I need you to get rid of Roswell.
How do we have to kill all of her characters?
Just tell her we're going to kill her. Bye.
Okay.
Beep.
So Margaret, my secret boss has some good news and bad news. The good news is that I will be saving $4,000 today. The bad news.
Oh no! Don't tell me!
There's going to have to be some kind of Springfield.
Not a call.
Basically like a purge, but it's only going to affect the Roswellian ladies.
Oh, listen, Helen, don't get rid of Helen or Luann or Hoover. Do Marge, Ka-ching. Do Maud.
So you want us to? I will reiterate this information to the secret financier.
No, don't kill any of them. Don't kill Maud. Let them all go free.
One of them, I'm being told, one of them must die, and it must be painful. You have a choice. Make your choice.
None of them. No.
Okay, Maud it is.
Okay, do it. Hello, Goodman Morning and cockfighting band supporter. Postpone your munch from the frontier of hardness, hombre. All relationship hacked from J. Apple Sunderland. Back issues. Vatican Symposium in search of space Jesus. All hail. All right. Imperialism. Tonight, sponsors. William Charles S. Schneider, the world's largest gravesite collector. Genes fitting his body based on his body shape, known to be painfully shy. One time when he was 5, the local minister came by to give him silver coins that should have gone to the Harrington children.
Oh, those Harrington children. Sponsor. Who did I say? Oh, the two girls that had a fight on X Factor. Lisa and their awful personalities. She punched her in the face.
Sponsor, Pound Bakery. Don't peek in our freezers. Study the red fridge. Pound Bakery, owned by Greg's, wholesale dog treat manufacturer with limited ingredients.
Sponsor, Onion, the talking Scottish parrot. Have you got a fat bum, Onion? Aye.
Okay, so the Mauditorium's coming up. Welcome to the Maud Flanders Internet Museum theme park database, currently being fixed up by Chip and Joanna Gaines. Baboons, gorillas, and wet-nosed lemurs. Crucifix log flume, we cried. Are we back onto regular Mauditoriums?
I believe so. I don't even know where I am in time and space at the minute.
We're just talking through the ether, I think. I think you're just a mental construct of mine right now. I'm really just talking to myself. I hope the audience can hear.
Like a lost thing.
Like a lost thing, yes. Just like that.
As most.
As all our things are. Give me a number, my own brain, between 1 and 300.
278.
Bongocast is canon. Commercials are canon. Tapped Out is an alternative universe. Couch Gag is an alternative universe.
Yes. established, I would be inclined to. I don't know. Have we changed our mind on Bongo now? Now that
I
we know
think we
it's a
changed
separate
our
town.
mind. Yeah, well, I think we said that Bongo wasn't canon.
It's now a separate town. We discovered when we went to the real Springfield. So they're all completely different people anyway.
The commercials are also non-canon. I think basically we said none of them were canon.
I thought commercials were canon. That's how she ended up in France that time.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Tapped Out can't feasibly be canon because there are thousands, probably hundreds now, of Tapped Out creators.
Quite literally thousands or hundreds of Tapped Out creators.
So within Tapped Out, there are many, many single universes. So it would be unfeasible for Maud to exist in all of those places at once.
If she were not. But they're called Nexus beings in the Marvel universe.
Yes, Twitter.
They exist in each universe. So did you get some content then? I don't know where you are. I'm talking to myself. It's very. I hope no one's watching.
Are we not? Do we not do part 2 now?
Let's do part 2 now.
Because Choggy doesn't even exist yet.
No, Choggy doesn't come up in this episode. He doesn't turn up to episode 2.
Does he not?
No.
Did you change that?
Nope.
That's strange. Well, what did we decide I was going to do for this entire episode?
We didn't talk about it. Oh, here, you turn up now.
Oh, yes, but we'll just do that afterwards. I thought the Choggy stuff. Just say, I'm getting a phone call, and then we can do the content. That's the continuity sorted.
I'm getting a phone call. I'm switching off my own brain, and I'm just going to go straight to this call. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Oh, hi, who's this?
It's me, Zazzington.
Hi, nice to hear from you. Do you want to give the good people some context for this content?
Sure. It's very nice to be back. We're wrapping up season 10, kind of. We've got one more episode after this in season 10, and then we're on the final season of her life. And there's some wizardry going on in this episode that reminded me of the past. Yeah, that's about it. She's live and kicking.
Nice. And are you going to let us know when MMG turns up on the scene?
Yes, I believe you will know yourself. But
really?
I'm going to see if you can figure it out, but it's not yet. But it is soon.
Clip 1. Season 10, episode 19, Mom and Pop Art. Marge is looking out of the window. I think some people are going to be upset. The water is up to the second story. Homer is in a dinghy. The woman in a dress is floating by holding a log. There is a swarm of lily pads and frogs. I love it, Homer, she exclaims. You've turned this town into a world of art. I just wish Jasper Johns hadn't stolen my boat, she sighs, as Pop Art Jasper John speeds by, splashing her. So long, suckers, he shouts. Marge looks out on a very pink. Well, they're in the business. Real people might not be so understanding. Flanders cuts to Ned at the window. Oh, what? The flood, Maud. It's a miracle. The Lord has drowned the wicked and spurred the righteous. That's 2 raptures in a row. She points, isn't that Homer Simpson? And she sees HJ rolling past. May, it looks like it's easier to get into heaven than Arizona State. He grits his teeth.
Cheap. Do you know who the lady is?
No.
That is Isabella Rossellini.
No.
Yes. In our MC Meta cameo.
Well. I remember when we used to clean the urine up from her house.
Exactly. She never talked about the time she met Maud.
Nope. Now
they didn't really meet, did they?
God rest her soul.
They're both dead. It's a very underwhelming response to a flood of biblical proportions from Maud. She's just come to the window, and again, same as last rapture, she's just very passive about it. Like, I guess this is happening then.
More raptures. Oh, good, more raptures for me.
That has to be. We're opening strong. She has a line in our first clip of our season. The line I do have problems with, though, because it's stupid. Isn't that Homer Simpson?
Now, out of context, it's stupid, but given that Ned has just suggested that the Lord has drowned the wicked and spurred the righteous, it does make sense.
But a full name in him is strange. Or just, she's saying it as if, I don't know, it's like she doesn't live next door to him, or they're not that associated. Isn't that Homer Simpson? No, oh, look, Homer's still alive. It can't be the rapture. It's too formal.
You know what this suggests? Something that we've never acknowledged before. I think she may know more than one Homer.
That is possible. It says no Homers. We're allowed one. Maybe that's the other Homer that she knows. The Homer who was allowed into the No Homers Club.
Well, I'm sure we'll solve that mystery at some point.
Probably in a diary at some point in the next week or two.
Who knows?
And it's basically Homer's flooded the town for arts purposes. I don't know how they redeem this. It's season 10, so it doesn't matter. Maude, calm, underwhelmed, ready to be drowned for God.
Well, the fact is that she knows she's been saved because the floods happened.
Saved is a loose term. I would prefer, God would be doing you more of a favour if you drowned in this situation as opposed to having to live the rest of your life on water.
You've heard the story from the Bible, though, right?
Yeah. Do you know how that ended? Because I don't.
It all dried up. It evaporated.
There you go. So then he had a lot of work to do, whereas everybody else got to just be dead.
I mean, that's one way to think of it. It is definitely labour saving.
Yeah, he had to do a lot of
carpentry.
Yeah, don't work with children and animals. He was left with only children and animals.
Don't work with.
And then his wife got knocked over the edge by a goat as well, didn't she? So
that's not canon.
T-shirt canon.
I think that they should have gone with the flood line, and the rest of the episode should have been Ned building the boat, trying to fill it with animals, and then sailing it around, only to realise that Homer flooded the town for art purposes.
Yes, that would happen later, I believe.
We can stretch an episode out of this.
Well, this happens again in season 15 or 16 anyway, so maybe Ned, Rod and Todd do something then.
The inevitable floodcast.
Yes.
What's that Arizona state line? Is that a particular dig, do you think?
No, it feels more, there's a lot of America-specific stuff that went over my head as a kid. I don't know if specifically that's a bad, or not a particularly academic university. Maybe it's no Oral Roberts.
I wonder when Matt Groening went to university. Oh, he went to Evergreen State College, the hippie one in Olympia in Washington. That's super cool.
Nice. Evergreen.
Very good. Yes.
I know a lot of his streets in his Springfield, in I believe it's Portland, wherever he grew up. Yes. A lot of street names are now characters like Lovejoy and Kearney and stuff. So I wonder if there's a Maude Street. Yes. Hans Molman Boulevard.
Very good. Clip 2. They saved Lisa's brain. They're in a stadium. Care for a free sample, says Doris Jr. Lisa groves away. Maude is holding Ned's arm. Wait, give me a second. Maude is holding Ned's arm, smiling on. Tempted by chocolate, I ask. This is low fat. This is pretty good, Lisa says, as Maude stirs silently forward, not tempted.
I would be inclined to disagree. I think it's probably killing her inside that her chosen nemesis is sat right next to her, doing publicly what she has to do secretly. So I think there's a mental tirade of abuse going on in her head towards Marge and Lisa at this time. But
what would that sound like? I'm sure we'll find out in her diary entry.
Yes, I imagine it would be very soft mostly, but then a few hard swears.
Oh, thank goodness she didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, no, I think she's handling this worse than you're giving her credit for.
Yeah, I've got out of the habit of talking Maude.
Indeed.
I've been spending so much time on Pinchy and the Cockney Watchdogs first album that I've lost sight of the Maudeness of it all.
Exactly. Look, she's purposely not looking as well. She knows that if she looks, she'll get that ice cream. That's a good Lisa.
It's Lisa jimming the camera.
Yes, it is. That's great. But yeah, she's not having any of it. She's not. If she looks over, she will steal that little girl's ice cream, and then everybody will know the secrets.
The whole thing will fall apart. All of this carefully maintained fiction.
She's not going to enjoy the next time she's on stairs like that either.
No, God, no. Is it that close? Is this? Is her ability to resist the temptation? Do you think that's what eventually led her to giving into the final temptation of taking those T-shirts to the torso?
It could be. It could be. Well, last time I didn't have that ice cream, so this time I'm getting a hot dog. Which would put the finger of blame solely towards Marge and Lisa, as opposed to her cousin, who definitely did it.
Absolutely. I can feel the pounds melting off says Marge, as Maud looks silently forwards.
Yes, there's nothing happening yet. There's no event on yet. So she's just avoiding. Like, if she was sat next to somebody she knew on a bus and they didn't want to talk, so she knew that she had to keep a specific eye line.
I mustn't look sideways for the next 20 minutes, otherwise that evil cow will realise that I've noticed her.
Yes, that ass.
That's commitment to ignorance, really. If you would stir forward that hard, do you think she's doing that to Lisa and Marge? Do you think she hasn't acknowledged they're there yet?
Probably. That's probably a part of it as well. Like, oh Christ, they've sat next to us.
Pretend you haven't seen them.
It's just the women, though. At least she doesn't mind the women. Is Maggie there?
I don't know what else happens, to be honest.
I can't remember. So I don't know where Maggie is.
Clip 3. There is some sort of fancy dress. Lenny is a toilet. Millhouse Senior is a baby. Indian man is a cow with dangling udders. It is hard to tell what Homer Simpson is. A trophy? A trophy hits Kirk in the face. He falls. They run to a table of Grandma Plotwell's things. They throw. Snake is in a tutu. A woman in a dress is standing on the table. Wolfcastle is there. A very beefy Maud, I say fancy dress, ? Is dodging shite. As throwing people shout, stop, shouts Lita from the bleachers. Maud is behind her now, shouting in the stands and waving her arms over her head. She is very into this. Some pigs run in and Homer breaks like a dog. What is going on there?
It's a good question. This is a big one, I would say. There are 3 Maudes present. Did you notice?
I did not notice. I saw 2.
There are 3. There is 2 Maudes in the same shot. I'm going to need you to go back and I'll get it up for you because it's wizardry that we've never seen before and we'll never see again. But
like the Michael Keaton movie, Multiplicity.
Yes, Batman. Jim Carrey.
What clip number is it?
It is clip 3.
I'll watch it now. You ready?
Yes. Maud is sat both.
To be honest, it's quite bizarre that we don't watch these clips during the episodes.
That is quite strange. We never even considered doing that.
We're not going to start now, matey, but we will watch.
I can see them in my head anyway. Pause it now. Maud is stood up throwing things. She is the only person stood up throwing things, and she is also sat directly in front of Lisa, and she's also sat directly behind Lisa a second later.
So that's
2 Maudes.
That's 2 Maudes in the same shot. However,
yeah.
I just assumed one of them was a fancy dress. We've seen several fancy dress Maudes.
That is true.
FDM.
The one sat down could easily be Barney. And then she's directly behind Maud. So it's a lot of wizardry is going on here.
A lot of wizardry, yes. And
3 Maudes.
3 Maudes. 3 Maud Jackson. And then she's still behind and the other 2 Maudes have gone. That definitely is some Beyond the Grave Twin Peaks style shenanigans for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's happened with other people before. The only one I know there's a scene where there's 2 Maudes. Other than that, I don't think this has happened. So it's again very special that it's happening to our Maud.
Very, very special.
I'm seeing double here. 6 Maudes. She's also, she seems pretty into this reckless mania, which is out of character, I think. Like, she's partaking in the Ned and Maud we know would have run. She, like, covering their faces. They would have run away as soon as things started getting thrown. But she's, not only is she launching stuff, she's launching it from 3 places in time and space at the same time.
But didn't she also smash up the brothel?
He did smash up the brothel, but that was sort of justified violence for her. Whereas this is it's a talent show that has just descended into madness because all of the point of this episode is that Lisa thinks that the town is all morons, and then she finds a a select group of people who aren't idiots, like the Mensa group. And so they don't really have time to say like, oh, well, Ned and Maud aren't idiots, but they're also not super smart, so you don't have to worry about them. So they've just been bunged into the idiots category. Well, Ned, I don't think you see Ned throwing anything. It's just Maud.
Do you think Maud's an idiot?
No, but I don't think she's Mensa smart. But I think she's not. Well, she wasn't on stage at the talent show for a start. Like, it was just a display of idiocy. Like, I don't know why Kirk's dressed as a baby or Lenny's dressed as a toilet, but I know that Homer went on stage and just put a hairdryer on himself because he's wearing like unpopped popcorn. And then he was attacked by chickens, I believe. And Bart just holds up like a funnel and says, "Whatever you throw, I will eat." And a variety of things like that.
I applaud that.
Mo goes on stage dressed as a small sailor boy with a lollipop, and everybody boos him. And he says, "But it's Mo in a sailor suit. It's so out of character."
Very meta, but also very funny. The inevitable Maudecast can't come a day too soon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it. She's back to being a member of Springfield as opposed to, somebody who's got a little bit of a moral
human woman.
Yes.
A caricature. She's become a ridiculous caricature of herself. Clip 4.
Right.
Lisa is in a bandstand. Today we embark on a new era of intelligent governance. Pan to crowd. Homer Simpson and all are chanting, "Governance, governance." Many people wave their hands over their heads. Maude stirs directly ahead. Skinner comes to podium. "We have some new rules and regulations that you're just going to go ape poopy over." Professor Frink comes on and Zaz laughs and he says, "Oh, well, first of all, we're going to ban such barbaric sports as bullfighting and cockfighting." Maud is shaking her head in a jerky fashion to show she agrees. "Also boxing, both the kick and the kind with gloves." Mild cheer. Maud's expression has not changed, but I'm imagining she's giving less vigorous support.
Potentially. I laughed because the subtitles say Professor Frank. And I thought that's just for a program that's from the official Disney Plus subscription service for a character that is 30 plus years old and relatively well known, Professor Frank. So that got me.
Oh, you Disney subtitle translators.
Fools. Well-meaning fools. She's the only person in that crowd not chanting governance.
She's just kind of standing there, like jerking her head around.
Yeah, everybody else seems to be chanting and cheering. Again, maybe it's for us, but maybe we just picked the right one. But she's the only person in that crowd not acting like everybody else, which strikes me as somewhat fateful or destiny-ish.
You think she's giving you a message of some kind?
I think someone somewhere is relaying messages to us via the actions of Maude in crowd scenes.
Time displaced. And what does this message tell us?
Tells us that out of everybody, she doesn't care about governance. She's just there because Ned's there.
She certainly doesn't care if cockfighting is outlawed. What do you think her take is on cockfighting?
I'd imagine negative.
Negative one?
I imagine it's the kind of thing she saw a lot growing up around Magdalena.
It made the children dress up as cockerels and fight for corn.
Yes, the cornflakes one versus the Southern Looney Tunes one. Fogleg Horn.
FLHH.
Somebody says good, and Maud's mouth moves when the word good is said, but it is not Roswell. So is it just coincidence?
Or is it Marsha's first appearance?
It could be, but I think it's Tress MacNeille.
What does she do?
Tress MacNeille.
I remember what she does.
She does voices on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Agnes, etc. This is off topic. Fun fact, I didn't know that she was telling the truth when Agnes said it means lamb of God. Yeah. I thought, and then a question came up on the chase the other day that was basically, what does this mean? What does Agnes mean? And the answer was Lamb of God. So I knew that answer and referred to our mother why I knew that answer because of The Simpsons. And then Paul the Sinnerman Sinner, the chaser, also relayed the same information about Agnes Skinner.
Oh my goodness, this is a many-faceted world we live in. But I'm glad you told that story.
Me too.
She doesn't care, but I do like the fact she's jerking her head around rather than raising her arms, because the arm raised was once upon a time her signature move, season 6 and 7.
She's just been doing it
has just been doing it.
Thing as well, so it's strange that she's not continued to do it. But yeah, I kind of had a vague look at everybody else in the crowd to make sure it wasn't a bias. But she seems to be doing the least out of everybody.
Just saving her energy for the inevitable mob chase that she knows is coming.
True. She probably does. She can probably read the room quite well at this point and knows that violence is on the way.
Very meta Maud. She's like, 12 minutes in.
We've got 7 to go.
Mob scene.
Exactly.
Clip 5. Stephen Hawkins appears in a Hawking copter and picks up Lisa from the bandstand just in time as the mob collapses it. Maude's total destruction. What is she thinking? They destroy the bandstand by punching it. Maude looks up in disbelief at the daring escaper. She is with Luann.
That's nice. I didn't notice that she was with Luann. Outside of Aerosmith, is this Maude's first celebrity? I can't remember.
I don't think you can count the fact that Hawkins he's there because it's just he's just there.
But she would be like, "Oh look, is that Stephen Hawking in the field with us?" Like it's a proximity thing. She doesn't meet him, but she would only have to look over to see the genius of our generation. But not Kanye. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else. Like real celebrities, like she's interacted with people like guest stars as characters like Larry Burns, etc. But I can't think of her meeting a celebrity who is themselves, and that's going to happen a few more times now. That's Hawking opens up a gate for at least 2 more celebrities.
A Hawking gate for Roswell to look into their beautiful eyes.
Yes. Who was that? Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah, she's all over the place in this episode mentally. Is she pro or anti-riot? Because the point of this, the crowd that she's in when they're all chanting governance, is to make the town better, but then the exact same crowd are the one that riots minutes later, which makes sense for most characters. But again, Ned and Maude are more, they've always been written with a bit more conscience.
Yeah, they sold them up the river, didn't they? There's so many other people they could have chosen, and they just they took everything that they stood for that was good, and they just threw it away, tossed it away on a weak handkerchief joke.
Precisely. Similar to the Angel stuff that we looked at for like 3 weeks last season. She's only in this like one shot when the gazebo falls down, but they're all mobbing around the gazebo whilst a scene goes on, and she's not there. So she literally appears at the end to watch it collapse.
Yeah.
And on the note of Stephen Hawking, that might have been maybe The Simpsons' biggest waste of money. So they're not paying Roswell an additional $4,000, but they're paying Stephen Hawking, whose voice is a text-to-speech generated voice. Like, they could have just emailed him and said, look, we want to put you in the show, but we don't want to pay you. Do you mind if we just use your voice and say it to you?
Do you think his voice is unique?
It is different slightly, isn't it, to the textures, but you can find ones online that are basically the same voice. And
maybe that's what they did. Maybe Hawking never got that fat The Simpsons cash.
Maybe not. He was a friend of the show. I would say he appeared like 4 or 5 times overall because he was a very funny kind of guy, wasn't he? So I think he enjoyed The Simpsons a lot.
It's a laugh a minute was Hawking.
Oh yeah, that book he wrote is
The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, that one with the young Sheldon. That's it for this week. She's met a celebrity, she's displaced herself in time, and she's thought about ice cream.
I'm gonna bloody kill you, Roswell. No, please, somebody help.
I'm hanging up now, bye.
Bye. I can't believe I'm seeing this unfold before my very eyes. An Australian man harassing Roswell.
Excuse me, you leave this woman alone.
And who the bloody hell are you when you are at home?
I am the tallest man in the room, Ian Mitzman-Gavin. No, Ian, shit, I forgot it. Ian Maxstone Graham. I've never forgot that before.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me.
None of her characters will be killed.
Listen, shut your bloody trap and start writing the episode, Graham.
Or what?
Just bloody do it. Got a gun to you. Amazon, hold a bloody gun to his head.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to write it then. Sorry, Maggie.
Oh, no. Don't kill her in any horrific way. She better bloody lie in a horrific way, Graham.
Oh, I don't worry. I'm going to smash her back of her head off.
Oh, no.
Only Rod will see. Say something as you.
It's been many a year since I've had such a whispered interjection.
That's true. Start now. I don't know why I whispered either. We have the technologies to remove whatever we say.
Who's that coming through the door?
Hello.
It's
What
Zaz.
is-
Zaz, why
What
are
is
you
going?
why are you dressed fully as the man in black with long black 2008 hair?
I have a lot of work to do.
How
out
long
of
is
my
that
hair.
cigar? It's like a foot long, and you look like
Yes.
you're drenched in money. Where do you get all your money from?
There's like a Subway around the corner, but for cigars.
How did you get back
got all
through the
my money.
portal?
What?
How did you get back through the portal and all?
You all will become clear over time. I have work to do. I've just put on a fake mustache and glasses.
Yeah.
Unless we say out loud what we know.
Oi, what the bloody hell are you doing here, you fucker?
I am your secret financier. I have been putting all of the money into this. I'm looking at you, Roswell. She must die. She must die. Oh, are you the one writing the script?
Yes, I am.
This is shit. This is. Do it again. 10% more brutified. I want her to scream.
Mustache comes off. Wink.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's look at some mod art.
Yes.
Let's look at this one. So this is from DeviantArt, and it's from Tinch Shoma at DeviantArt. Can you explain what's going on?
So it's a computer generated image, I would say, and it is Ned and Maud tickling Rod and Todd, who are having a whale of a time. There's a lot of unsettling things to it, but it is overall wholesome. The two most unsettling things to me are the bare human feet and Ned's body shape.
Ned's buff, isn't he?
Yeah, they've made Ned like ripped for no reason. I can tell this has been traced over because I can see what the original images were just from seeing these images. Lots like that Todd is an image of the Todd that I always use to put in stuff because it's the tapped out image, and they've
I think it's
just
the best
traced
Todd.
his eyes close. Yeah, and that Maud is from something very specific, like that base is from a specific like screenshot, and it's been reworked. But ultimately, I have no issues with this. I have only positive things, even if some of them are weird. Excuse me. But everybody, Maud and Ned, sort of look dead behind the eyes. They don't look like they're having that much fun, whereas Rod and Todd are enjoying themselves. Rod seems to be kicking Maud in the thighs.
He just can't believe that he's having so much fun with the tickles.
Yeah, and they've got like cold lines coming out of the mouth.
And Ned's saying tickle, tickle. But Maud, she's put the variation on that and she's saying coochie coo.
Yes, which I imagine would sound good in her accent.
What would it sound like? Can you do it?
Coochie coo.
Very good.
That's pretty much it. The background's very generic, but it's good, if that makes sense.
Like a slice of white bread.
Yes, with a glass of water on the side for dipping.
Alrighty, well, Yellow Weasel's only bloody gone missing.
He went to the shops, he wanted some Tizer, and he remembered that it's the 90s, so they might sell those vanilla ice cream flavoured Monster Munch.
What about this suitcase? There's an arm sticking out of it, a little yellow arm.
That's just a suitcase full of arms, prop arms. It's a Muppet, like the Muppets. Gonzo.
Give me that. Give me that
No,
suitcase.
My briefcase, get off.
Wrestle.
It's just full of arms.
Give me that. Oh, bloody hell.
Jesus Christ.
It's landed on top of that truck. And what does the truck say? Moldova?
No.
Where's that go? What's Moldova?
Moldova, that's somewhere in Northern Africa, but I am not prepared to do that today.
You
What do
boys,
you want?
have you got $4,000 of cash? Because I've got to get home.
Maggie, this one time, because it's been a rough day and you found out everybody's gonna die, I'll give you the $4,000 for your plane.
Hey, cash.
Yeah, here. Let me just get it out of this. I have a second suitcase full of cash and only a few arms. Here it is. Good luck.
Aye. So, she's
To be fair, it's the 90s, so I don't think it takes that long to get on a plane.
how do you know it's the 90s?
I'm just aware of time.
Pretty weird, all this stuff that's going on anyway, isn't it?
Today.
Put on the television and just knew what, just as humans do, knew where I was in time and space.
Have you brought Maud's diary with you?
Flanders, always.
Is there any chance of us hearing one?
Yes. No.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Dear Diary. Well, that was a turnout for the books. We were all set to go to Tokyo. We all had our little costumes on that were... cultural appropriation doesn't exist yet, so we just looked cute. And we were all set to go, and then the Simpsons just stole our plane tickets. So then they got to go to Tokyo. So then we decided we were just going to hang around the airport, and we eventually got a flight to Osaka, which is a different city in Japan that was also cheap. So we went there and we did a variety of things that I'm now going to try and remember. We went to the Sky Building and we looked all around, and I said, oh, wouldn't it be horrible to fall off here? And we all had a good laugh about that. And then we didn't really know what to do. So we decided to procure a tour guide, and we met this lovely woman named Kumiko who said, I'll show you the real Osaka, and then proceeded to show us the most touristy things, such as the big red whale and the big red wheel and Yodobashi camera. And then the place with the sun statue and other things as well in Japan, in Osaka. We went to see lots to do. We went to the cinema and the baths. And overall, Rod really enjoyed the Japanese culture. He got super into it and he became obsessed with a geisha, and he just followed around, and Kumiko had to pay her money to apologise because Rod kept trying to go off her dress, but just to see what the inside of the dress looked like. And now Rod is saying he wants to be a geisha when we get home, so I'm going to have to hit him with another tray to get that idea out of his head. Todd, turn of a big twist for Todd. We were eating all kinds of sweet food, like the hot profiterole squid balls with hot mayonnaise and the pancake made out of cabbage. And Todd enjoyed everything we ate. And on the way home, we dropped the bombshell to him that he'd spent a week eating damn vegetables, and he couldn't believe it. That was pretty much it. We met up with, I don't know, Artushin or something, and then we went home. Sayonara.
Well, quite an adventure there, and tricked into eating vegetables, and he got a little bit naughty with those ladies, but only for good reasons.
That may have been one of the most wholesome diary entries.
She did threaten to hit a child with a tray to knock some sense into him, but she could have been joking.
Well, we know from history that she's not, but either way, that hasn't happened to him yet, so the holiday itself seems to be nice.
Very nice.
For everybody.
Shall we finish with the song?
Yes.
Looking out of id widow, I think some people.
Homer is in a dignity.
She explains. Bemee boat.
Marge walks on very pink. I understand stink.
Window gentin tot.
They saved Lisa's brains.
Ness I'm slyling.
Dangling udders. Blectures. Doyoid.
Plopwell's weed. Wan they.
Krogfester Frank. Maudis.
Thick gnins in this spliff.
Stephen Haskins.
Puchin.
The end.
The end.
Puchin made it back to his home planet.
Well, who would have thought it? We made it to the end of season 7, episode 1, which I believe is 64 episodes of the Maudecast. Hooray, hooray.
Chaos. Good job. Because Choggy doesn't even exist yet.
No, Choggy doesn't come up in this episode. He doesn't turn up to episode 2.
Does he not?
No.
Did you change that?
No.
That's strange. Well, what did we decide I was going to do for this entire episode?
We didn't talk about it. Oh, here, you turn up now.
Oh yeah, we'll just do that afterwards. I thought the Choggy stuff. Just say, oh, I'm getting a phone call, and then we can do the content. That's the continuity sorted. TV shows we have now surpassed in seasons include Breaking Bad, Lost, Twin Peaks, and Angel, and probably many, many more.
Many more. But
Ugly
listen,
Betty.
Ugly Betty. Good one. My name is Earl.
How I Met Your Ugly Betty.